Got my own Honda down here.
Oh yeah, you first.
Rena's got a stain on the back of her shirt. Doesn't look like dry blood, dirt, maybe right in the middle of her back.
I doubt she put it there. Sit myself into enough dresses, that's a tough spot to reach. Well, when you're about to eat it at the top of the stairs, you grab the banister, right? Look at all the rings on her hands. There'd be scratches, but there's not. So either she jumped or somebody pushed her.
Rena witnessed a murder and somebody killed her before she could finish reporting it.
Okay, so where's that crime scene?
According to the neighbors, there was a wild party across the street.
Let's start there.
This morning, the police station got a call. An old woman called the police. She said she had seen a shooting. She said the shooter had already noticed her. Dak and I rushed to the scene, but when we got there, the old woman suddenly changed her story. She said she never called the police. At first, Dak thought the shooter had threatened her. But after checking her phone, we found something strange. There was no call record at all. Dak thought it was just a prank, but I became interested in the stove in her kitchen. The walls had burn marks all over them. The cookware was also cheap. That meant accidents often happened in this kitchen. But before I could finish speaking, the old woman asked us to leave. She did not like having police officers in her home, but I was still worried. Something just felt wrong. Dak told me not to worry. He said it was only a prank. But 2 hours after we left, the police station got another call. The old woman was found dead in her home. There were no wounds on her body. It looked like an accident. It looked like she had fallen down the stairs, but I believed it was murder. When most people fall, they reach for the handrail. They do it without thinking, but the ring on the old woman's hand had no scratches. It had no signs of damage either. At the same time, we found a stain on her back. It looked like a handprint. This clearly meant someone had pushed her down from upstairs. While we were talking, Jill suddenly walked over. He had spoken to the neighbors. He said there had been a party at the house across the street. The party was wild. Even if someone had fired a gun there, he would not be surprised. Dak questioned the man who owned the house, but the man denied everything. He said he did not know the old woman next door. At that moment, I noticed someone outside. The man kept riding his bike in circles. He was clearly there to buy drugs. When the homeowner heard this, he became nervous at once. He said I could not say that without proof. He said he was a law-abiding citizen. I just smiled. There was a unicorn sticker on the mailbox outside. When the sticker stood upright, it meant the place was open for business. The man outside kept circling around. He was probably waiting for the police to leave. Then he could come in and pick up the goods. When I mentioned the goods, the homeowner could not help looking at the drawer.
Yep, there they are.
Dak suspected that a shooting had happened at his party, and the old woman had seen the whole thing. To hide the truth, he killed her, but the man strongly denied it. He said he was not a drug dealer. He said he was a pharmacist. He sold cheap medicine to poor people, and the old woman was one of his customers.
Logan, around 9:30 this morning, Rena made a 911 call reporting a murder. Where were you?
With Rena. She was showing me some stuff in her basement, things that she could sell for bills. Then I get a call from Bones, so I popped upstairs. I hang up with him, and then Rena comes back upstairs.
And she made no mention of a 911 call or witnessing a murder.
No, I swear. She was completely calm.
What time did you talk to Bones?
Probably around the same time y'all got that 911 call. 9:30 or so.
So Rena calls 911 while witnessing a murder from her basement? That seems weird.
Yeah, assuming Logan's telling us the truth, but I think I have a way to check his timeline.